Well, hello, boys and girls. It's when I feel like 8 o'clock, of course, as you know. And we just had a little Deshane trade now, didn't we, boys and girls? And I already talked about that. I'm sure you've watched the video by now. I put it out an hour ago. Why wouldn't you? So like I said, in my video, I talked to the creator, and I also talked to him about some picks for today. Yesterday, I was 50%, and the day before, I was only 60%. Now, the day before, we talked about this already, boys and girls. You get out your study material there, get your pens and pencils at the lube dispenser, because we're going to get out of here right away. You got to be ready. Billy, your pencil is not sharp. You're trying to use a pencil that doesn't have any lead. That's why we have the pencil sharpener. How many times do I have to tell you this? Go. Sorry, Billy's a little confused sometimes. Anyways, that Saturday was extremely difficult card. I wouldn't have bet on most of those games, but I got over 50%. Last night, I'm going to have to vent a little bit here. I lost with the Edmonton Oilers, which never should have been. My God, did they play like crap last night. Absolutely freaking horrible. Horrible hockey. Their transition game has, I thought would have improved greatly. It has actually decreased in effectiveness. It is like, I don't know what they're going to do with the defense situation that they have now, that they've pretty much traded all their serviceable assets to get defensemen, one of which was Larson, who never had a great transition game to begin with. That's the reason why I didn't like that Hall trade. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess back there. Just like, I like hockey, and just like they don't know where they're putting the puck to. I think the reason why they're playing that it's actually decreased is, it seems to me, and I've been a McClellan fan, it seems to me that he's got them too wrapped up, as they say in Talladega Nights, wrapped up like a gordita. They're too tight, way too tight. They're not playing loose. They're playing scared. That's what it seems like to me. It looks like disinterest, but I don't think it's disinterest. I think they are just totally afraid to touch the puck. Strome, as soon as it gets on his stick, he's like, somebody take it, somebody take it, somebody take it. He's totally lost out there completely. This team needs to, I don't know. I'm not a coach, but I would say they need to lighten up a bit. I don't really have the answers, except I wouldn't have made a lot of the moves they made. And I've been saying this for quite some time. I've been getting slagged for it by people saying that I'm not an Oilers fan. Look, if you see things that you don't agree with about a team, it doesn't mean you don't love the team. If you just stand by and keep on cheering and not giving a shit just because you want to say you like the Oilers, that means you don't love the team. If you love the team, you care enough to go, these are bad mistakes. I don't know where they're going from here, but they have to make, I don't know what changes they have to make. To me, they're pigeonholed into where they are, and they got to do the best with what they've got. But horrible signings. Russell was a terrible signing. I don't care. That's not what you needed in that organization. You need some defensemen that can pass the puck out of the zone. I know Sekera not being there is a problem, but he was just barely above average. Clefbaum can't do it all by himself, and now I think it's starting to get to the point where him having to be that weight is starting to weigh on him. Anyways, I got to do the rest of my picks. Wild versus the Bruins. I'm taking the Wild. I just like the way they're playing right now. And the Bruins, Cassidy's doing the best he can with a bunch that Julian couldn't get the best of, and he's one of the best. So I'm taking the Wild 4-2. Knights versus the Leafs. Now, Leafs here, if you got to win this one. This is a must win. You've looked a little bit of in a bit of a disarray. I know that Babcock has a way of causing friction to get you so you're off your game a little bit in order for you to get not too comfortable. And I'm thinking that's what he's doing here. I think they're going to come out of it tonight. The Knights have been on the road for quite some time, so I say the Leafs will win convincingly 6-2. Jackets and Rangers. Apparently they're gonna. I can't go against the Jackets right now. I'm taking the Jackets 3-2. Yotes versus the Caps. Yotes with a big win this last time. I think they are a way better team than they have been giving you for the first. But I still don't think they're going to beat the Caps tonight. I think the Caps will win well rested 4-1. Jets versus the Stars. This is a do not bet, boys and girls. I wouldn't touch this one at all. But the Stars have just had a few injuries. Hansel's injured. Can you believe that? I know, right? And the Jets don't. But I didn't really like them in the last game. I think Mason is probably going to play here, although Maurice will ride a hot hand as far. If Hellebuyck goes in, I'm taking the Jets 3-2. If Mason finally plays, I like the way the Stars have been playing, even though they've got a couple injuries. Hitchcock always seems to get them eventually. It takes a while for them to make the turn. That's why I said I think the Stars were going to struggle early, but we're going to be effective later and make the playoffs quite easily. But when Hitchcock's system gets in there, man, they're going to be solid. And I think that it's starting to click. So I'm taking the Stars 4-3, unless, of course, like I said, Hellebuyck is in, and then you can maybe change it back and forth. I wouldn't bet on this anyways. Wings versus the Canucks. The Wings played last night, if you want to call it that. They barely had to play against an Oilers team that was just dreadful. That being the case, I still think the Canucks are are outworking teams. And the Wings are a tough, hard-working team, but on a back-to-back, playing in the West like this, not used to Western airtime, I'm going to take the Canucks 3-2. So that's my full 42% for you boys and girls. I have got a special treat for the masseuses today. They are going to be able to massage me 2 at a time instead of just 1 at a time. So they can they have some more training later on in the evening. I want to make sure they can have a nap before that. So I'm always thinking about them, always thinking about them. Time for my Nutella bath, and I got to get into a couple naps myself. So, oh, by the way, subscriptions. A vat of Jaime's Body Lube, boys and girls. Helicopter to your door. How could you refuse? And a My NHL Pearls of Wisdom necklace. Have a great day. Lots of love to you.